Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, So, Sri Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading this morning. Questions by the Sages, Chapter 1, Bhagavatam. I think maybe we'll do maybe 10th canto. Let's check. We'll read this Pundraka, the false Vasudeva. Yeah, this is canto, this is Srimad 10th canto, chapter 66, the false Vasudeva. Nah, I don't wanna beat any demons up here. I beat up enough demons this morning here. Let's look at it more. Let's get into loving affairs a little bit. All right, how about Krishna and Balaram meet the inhabitants of Vrindavan? This is a family reunion. The mighty Yadavas passed with great majesty along the road. They were attended by their soldiers, who rode on chariots rivaling the airplanes of heaven, on horses moving with rhythmic gait, and on bellowing elephants as huge as clouds. Also, With them were many infantrymen and effulgent as celestial Vidaras. The Yadavas were so divinely dressed, being adorned with gold necklaces and flower garlands, and wearing fine armor, as that they proceeded along the road. With their wives, they seemed to be demigods flowing through the sky. At Samatika Panchaka, the saintly Yadavas bathed and observed the fast with careful attention. Afterwards, they presented brahmanas with cows, bedecked with garments, flower garlands, and gold necklaces. In accordance with scriptural injunctions, the descendants of Vrishni then bathed once more in the Lord's Parashuram lakes and fed first-class Brahmins with sumptuous foods. All the while they prayed, "May we be granted devotion to Krishna." I like that. Isn't that amazing? May we be granted with devotion to Krishna. So they're doing these Vaidhi Bhakti practices. You know, strict things, fastings, all of this. And what is the result they're looking for? May we be granted. See, devotion to Krishna. See? This is the whole purpose of doing all these rules, regulations, and sacrifices, is to be granted devotion to Krishna. See? So people, you know, they need to know what am I doing this for? Why am I following? You know, how many teachers, how many of these sannyasis and gurus are telling their students that the whole reason for doing their fastings and rules and regulations is to attain devotion to Krishna? You know, so I don't think a lot of people are clear about that. Until you come here, we make sure you're very clear about that. We show you right in the verse. You see, they're doing all these things, and their intent, they have an intention. They have a goal. You know, we're doing all these things. May we be granted with devotion to Krishna. They may not even be clear how they get it. They're not going to get it like that only. See, if the Lord becomes pleased with them, he'll give them the realization. Which is what? Well, I'm going to tell you what they may or may not have known at that point. Just like the Vaidhi Bhaktas usually don't know. You know, or they're not asking. Or they're asking and not getting. Oh, Gurudev, give me mercy. I want to go to Vrindavan. Give me mercy. And they don't get. They're not getting yet. Why? Oh, don't go over to, you know, they or their gurus say, oh, don't go over to Gaurahari Sangha over there. Because if you come here, that's what it's all about here, is being granted devotion to Krishna, because that's what we're about here. That's the order of Prabhupada. That's the blessing of Krishna. Anybody who comes here, may you be granted with devotion to Krishna. That is the only benediction you're going to get here, my friends. Don't expect to be blessed with being some big guru. You probably will be. If you get devotion to Krishna, you'll be the biggest guru in the world, even though most people may not realize that. You'll be the most important person on this planet, even though 99% of the persons may not recognize that. And you won't care, because why? Because you got devotion to Krishna. You know, it's like a wealthy man, and the poor people come up to the wealthy man and say, hey, you know, you don't got anything worthwhile. You're just a poor person. And all. This is a poor person telling a wealthy man this. And a wealthy person says, God, you're really stupid, man. You're really a fool. You can't see that a wealthy man sitting before you? People are like that. They can't see who's really wealthy. They think real wealth is, well, you know, wealthy man is Bill Gates. He has all this money, man. See? No, real wealth are transcendental quality, transcendental knowledge. Transcendental ecstasy. Ooh, that's the wealth, man. That's devotion. If you're granted devotion to Krishna, what happens? Ecstasy, transcendental knowledge. Oh, that's it, man. Now you're a billionaire. You're part of the billionaire club. May we be granted the devotion to Krishna. How many of you Vaidis out there have asked, what the heck does that mean? What does it mean if you're granted devotion to Krishna? Well, I don't know. My gurus never told me. We never discussed things like that. We only discussed checklists and rules and regulations and the glory of Varnashram Dharma, like those Brahmins did in 10th Canto. See, the women in that story, see, it's all connected, all connected. The women were granted devotion to Krishna. But how were they? What is the process of being granted devotion? That the verse doesn't seem to clear up, does it? You got to get it from the other parts of the Bhagavatam. You got to put it together like a puzzle, you know? Oh, well, let's see. Granted devotion to Krishna. How was that done? Well, let's see. The wives of the Brahmins, they, to get devotion to Krishna, love of Krishna, they associated with ecstatic cowherd boys. Oh, let's see. In 2022, how are people granted devotion to Krishna? Oh, let me see. Associating with Vaidhi Bhaktas? Associating with neophyte gurus who have no ecstatic love? No. Associating with gurus who teach the glories of a checklist with no devotion to Krishna? No symptoms of that? No. Going to sanghas that are purebhakti.com and crying schools without the crying and purebhakti.com without the pure bhakti and the symptoms coming out of people's eyes of love and ecstasies? No. You got to find the authentic cowherd boys, the real devotees. Hell no, man. That's right. Hell no, man. You gotta see. You go and you follow the process, man. You follow the process. When Krishna saw that the wives were sincere, he sent the cowherd boys to them. And then they went. See, they were open to serving and associating and giving respect to the ecstatic cowherd boys, which were just in little t-shirts probably. They just probably had little forest dress t-shirts or whatever they wore, simple dress. But you see how Krishna preaches? He goes and he sends them first to the Brahmins. See, the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion. See, the highest truth of Guru Tattva distinguished from what isn't Guru Tattva. Okay? What isn't Guru Tattva is the ecstatic cowherd boys first went to the puffed up Brahmins, just like we go to the puffed up sannyasis and gurus. And we say, hey, why don't you come and get ecstatic devotion by associating with the Lalita Gangas and the Johans and watch their classes and, you know, and just look at their tears and hear their realizations that come from those profuse tears and laughing like mad women and men. You know, just like the cowherd boys did in the Bhagavatam. Why don't you do that in 2022? Because you get another opportunity here to do that. But no, first they got to respond like, no, we ain't going to do that. We ain't going to associate with you. See, they do like the Brahmins. Okay, go ahead. You do that. That's part of the teaching. You fit over there. Thank you for your service. I have no hatred for you. Thank you for being a schmuck. Thank you for being a fool and a goat head. It's very nice. Thank you. And you're, you know, go and lead your blind followers over there because you're blind too. It's appropriate. You have blind followers. And maybe somebody there has some sight and will reach in there and steal away some some people looking for the real conclusive truth and really want Krishna Vrindavan. We'll steal a few of those because you just pop metal. You just break under the stress of this truth, man. You just go pop. Right, Tuka? Just pop. Yeah, go get your little shots, man. And go get, take your other friends with you, man. Yeah, take them with you. You're going out, you take them out with you. Go become, some kind of machine type person, like you see in the movies. Go ahead, live that out. May we be granted the devotion to Krishna. And when the Krishna is pleased with you, what does he do? He sends you to his devotees, and you can recognize them. You recognize that these persons are here to teach me. Just like, I knew, and when I read the Bible, I said, Jesus, you know God. I believe. I'm a believer. I just knew from a past life, obviously. And boom, I got the blessing of the Lord. Same thing with Prabhupada. I said, man, you also know God. This is wonderful, man. Boom, I got the blessing of Prabhupada in the line to chant the holy name in ecstasy and understand these transcendental books, which was checked for a while because I associated with Vaidhi Bhaktas who were like this, like those Brahmins. They're just working up to it, trying to become sincere and that the Lord will hear their prayers. See? So the fulfillment of that desire of the heart, a sincere calling, is you meet the devotees, the ecstatic devotees, and they teach you the confidential message of the Bhagavatam, this confidential relationship with God. Teach you who God really is, because they know and only they know. None of these gurus know. They've never proved to me they knew really the Lord. Not even one. And they certainly couldn't communicate, not even to one. I only know Prabhupada. I know he knew. I was initiated by 4 gurus. Tamal Krishna, Narayan Raj, this one guru in Radhakund, and another guru, Ananta Das. And none of them came to me except Prabhupada, who I always liked from the very beginning and knew he was transcendental. And we all have his books. So isn't this a great verse? May we be granted devotion to Krishna. Okay. And if you brought this in from another life, you get a book, you get like a Bhagavatam, and you get devotion to Krishna rise in your heart. That was my experience, but it's not the experience of a lot of devotees yet. It's usually a big revolution for them. I feel this, why am I crying? What's going on in here? These are different kind of tears. They're not tears of pain, they're tears of jubilation and joy. Yeah. Or some people, they bring in from another life, they have some connection to some extent, more or less. But as soon as this bhakti arises, the kamsa of religion comes in, the hypocritical religionists who really don't know God, they come and smash you down, suppress it, right? See, so there's no place for this to grow, no good fertile soil, no nice garden. See, you wanted in your heart, you wanted the truth. Okay, so the Lord gave it to you in your heart. So anyway, that's our work. We're here to help everybody. I'm not against any of these gurus. I want to help them all. I want to help the disciples in Narayan Raj. No one else can really help them that I've seen. Nobody has proved. None of their disciples can really help them. the very well. Nobody is clear in any of these sanghas about real bhakti is. We're the only game in town as far as I can see. Gadi Maharaj doesn't have it, none of them. And if anybody claims to have it, come forward, come forward and show us. But, they won't, because they can't. And they got something to lose. I got nothing to lose. I can't lose Krishna. I can't lose Radha. They're with me forever. That's all I care about. I can lose all kinds of disciples and whatever. I don't care, I won't lose them. I got them forever. They're mine forever. And anybody else who wants them, you're going to have to come here, because this is a very rare place. I'm just telling you frankly. And if you don't believe me, well, come check it out for a while and come and see if you see any more power, spiritual power, better than this. See if you find any more knowledge better than what's coming through here. See if my Lord Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya and Prabhupada and the disciplic line is not pouring through this Sangha here, making these beautiful devotees like Amy Rose and Chuka and Janaki and Ladita Ganga and Maria. And how dare that Karuna? I'm going to spank her for saying anything bad about her. Oh, please. Go get your operation, man. I got a nice big ruler for that buttocks over there. They know I'm right. Because you know why? Because Krishna's in their heart. He's in my heart. And the truth is being spoken here. Boldly, man. No compromise. No place for Maya now, man. It's apocalypse time, man. It's tribulation, man. We're going to cause tribulation in the illusion here. Watch out when I'm feeling chivalrous, man. The sword comes out, the steel comes out, and then we do the steal, man. We go and steal these innocent devotees who are trapped by these gurus, man, who are not up to standard. Hey, man, if you don't have purebhakti.com coming to you and manifesting in you and your Sangha and in the midst of everything with real, clear, transcendental knowledge, we're going to part that curtain. We're going to grab that curtain of illusion and just open it and show the truth and set tons of people free. Boldly go where no one has gone before. This is a trek, Star Trek. It is not for the faint in heart. This is for those who faint when they chant Hare Krishna. Maria, she said, "Boy, I get really dizzy chanting." Oh, I said, "Very good, very good." Lord Caitanya also got dizzy. Yeah. What happened here? Oh, okay. So Sukadeva Goswami said, once while Balaram and Krishna were living in Dwarka, there occurred a great eclipse of the sun just at the end of Lord Balaram's Brahma's day had come. Okay, maybe, okay, yeah. Okay. Then with the permission of Lord Krishna, their sole object of worship, the Vishnus ate breakfast and sat down at their leisure beneath the trees that gave cooling shade. See? See, then with permission of Lord Krishna, their sole object of worship. There are many devotees, their sole object. Many devotees that are on the Vaidhi path, their sole object is Krishna. They really want Krishna. They really want Krishna. But you still, it doesn't. You can be sincere, but if you're ignorant, you don't get the desired result very quickly. See? So that's why you see even these devotees, their sole object was Krishna, and they're doing austerities. They're basically practicing Vaidhi Bhakti. And their desire, see, but they know their goal. Their goal is to attain devotion to Krishna. Now, out there, if anybody out there in Vaidhi land, in ISKCON or Gaudiya Math or Gaudiya Smriti is listening, or comes to listen to this video, listen up, listen closely, because it's very important. If you really want devotion to Krishna, what you need is to know the process, see, to get it. Because a lot of people are teaching the wrong thing. A lot of these gurus are teaching the wrong thing. See? They're teaching that by doing Vaidhi Bhakti, like here, and even having the desire to have devotion to Krishna, it will not usually, it may by some rare instance, but normally, only rarely will it manifest on its own. Okay? By showing that you're sincere in doing the Vaidhi practices and all this, what will happen is the Lord will lead you to the Rasic devotee, to the Raganuga. See, the one who tastes transcendental ras. See, and they'll teach you the details. By their association, you'll be able to activate your bhakti, or if it's been activated, you'll be able to culture it, nourish it in that association, because it needs fertile soil and needs to be protected. Because usually newborns, those who've been born again, they need association. They need association with a big brother or big sisters who are more mature in the path, have dealt with more of the obstacles, and they can see Maya's tricks better. Otherwise, you're in danger of your bhakti being suppressed again. That's the problem. I know from experience. I've had my bhakti suppressed many times. So ultimately, I had to break free on my own with the books, and then culture it, outside of that association, the Vaidhi association and all that false ego stuff. And then gradually got to this point here where we can create, and see, this is the order of Prabhupada. Basically, he knew there'd be his devotees, some of them at least, would be interested in making progress into rasa. And so he's given this, making a place for this to grow. See, and that's here. This is a fertile soil where you can nourish this kind of bhakti in a safe place. It's not safe for this kind of bhakti to grow and be nourished or to awaken amongst the Vaidhi bhakti, doing too close. Because if you're there, they see you cry or something. I've had this, and many of you may have had this too. As soon as they see some tears, they get very angry. Look at the Narayan Raj group. They're all purebhakti.com, and as soon as they see a tear, they get very angry. They get mad. That, hey, you're not supposed to, our guru never allowed this, you're not supposed to cry. Okay, so how are you going to cultivate it? Got to always suppress. Oh yeah, express sannyas stuff. Express renunciation, express dry renunciation. Yeah, renounce, austerity, express austerity, but don't express bhakti. Don't, See, what are you showing in the world, basically? See, we're showing, expressing bhakti. We've got it, and we're showing it. That's the show here. we're doing a show. This is Lord Caitanya's show. You know, to show what real bhakti is and the means to attain it. You know, the means is this association here. I haven't seen any place where this kind of bhakti is welcomed. They're all suppress, suppress, suppress. So we're talking about bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga and the path on how to develop ecstatic devotion and love. Not for the world, but love for God, and to learn who God is and what God is, and to experience the reality of God. That kind of stuff. So then, with the permission of Lord Krishna, their sole object of worship, the Vrishnis ate breakfast and sat down with their leisure beneath the trees that gave cooling shade. See, that's external, right? You get under a tree, nice cooling shade, you eat breakfast. But sadhu sangha is something a little bit different, isn't it? This is a new kind of breakfast. This is a new kind of cooling shade, isn't it? See? This is the spirit level. This is your spiritual body needs the cooling shade of the trees of Vrindavan, the trees, the branches of Vrindavan, the fruits of Vrindavan. Eat those fruits. See those fruits, the branch on the branch of the living trees. See, that's the living devotee, the realized soul. That's the bona fide spiritual master. See? They're a fruitful branch full of fruits. See? So you got to come under that branch. See, that branch has green, man, nice little trees. Yeah, what do you call it? Branches and green leaves. See, and you get that shade. Okay? You're not under a dry. You ever see dry branches? You try to get under the shade of a dry branch. There's no leaves around there. See, so there's no real shade. But they're saying the branch, the dry renunciates, the dry renunciation, right? The dry chanters, the dry. They're saying, yeah, we're real branches. Yeah, they're a withered branch, dry, no leaves. And you're under this dry branch and the sun is still beating on you, right? They're beating on you still. They're beating on Acharya Dev and all these gurus. See, they're dry branches. See, no wet eyes, no ecstatic heart, no laughter, no joy, no ecstasy. See, so there are no leaves and you're still the hot sun of Maya is beating on you, man. Hey, beating on them. See, the illusion's still there coming through because they're just a dry branch. No leaves. You ever, don't you, when you're under a tree, don't you like the leaves there? They keep the hot sun of Maya from you, man. See, that's the physical. A dry branch might be good shelter from the rain. Well, not much. The rain gets it, right? You get all the little twigs and everything. No, that's not true at all. I've been in the rain so many times here, and if I'm under a tree, it's the leaves that stop even the rain from getting here. Okay, so that's not true. That is inconclusive, my friend, whoever you are. Could be Karuna there. But anyway, you know what I mean? Have you been under the tree where you see the water comes and the leaves keep it from falling on you? See, the leaves are green. They got life in them. See? So that's the same thing with bhakti. The bhakti is like a tree. See, and the devotees are like a branch on the real tree, and life is going in, and they develop leaves and fruits. And people can nest in there. The branch becomes very strong. Okay? That's how you do it. Yeah, good. Thank you there, Triple 777 Studios. Thank you for coming. Keep coming here. You won't regret it. You'll learn gradually all kinds of stuff that you never probably heard before. This is a special situation. So he sat down at their leisure beneath trees that gave cooling shade. And that's what happens. See, this is why we're very leisurely, because we're, under trees that have nice shade, and we're eating our breakfast. See, our breakfast is Hari Kata. This is food for our soul, food for the spirit. Most people can't eat this food. See, like Karuna Das, he still doesn't know how to eat this food yet. But we're here to teach him. This is real food, food of the spirit. We have a spiritual body. It just needs to awaken. How do you awaken the spiritual body? You got to be around those who have spiritual bodies awakened. And that's here. We prove that our spiritual bodies are awakened. We're not here, we're not no-shows, we're not given a bunch of shuck and jive and baloney and lies and cheating and hypocrisy. We're not purebhakti.com without showing the world that there's pure bhakti here. No, we don't have to even say we're purebhakti.com. It's just obvious. You just come here and we teach you what purebhakti.com really is. See, so what you see is what you get, pure bhakti, not purebhakti.com on the computer and just a lot of talk about it. With no action, no deeds, no ecstatic worship. That's the flesh, man's ways, yeah. The way of the flesh. That's why Jesus used analogies, and Lord Caitanya and all devotees do. That's one of the gifts you get is you have gifts of prophecy where you can understand things. You understand the essence of life. You understand the ways of the spirit. You can make analogies between things in the world and things in spirit so people can, makes a bridge so people can understand. You are a bright shining light in this dark age of hypocrisy. It's my Lord. I can't take all the credit. All I can take is the credit of being willing for the Lord to shine here, shine, to illuminate my way. See, this knowledge, this ecstatic worship is my walking stick. That's all that's being presented here. I'm just, by medium, just kind of just radiate that. This gives me light and I just pay it forward, right? Got to pay some for it. I don't have any, I'm not materially wealthy or anything, but I'm spiritual. This I can do. Great. Hey, that's awesome there, 777 Studios. Yeah. There are a lot of people, I found this true also. A lot of people may not come from this particular line in Vaishnavism, but still the essence of truth, those who are kindred souls, they're like awakened, they can get this, they can understand this. Yeah, it looks like you're one of them. That's great. See, Shamagura, you can understand this because of devotion, because of that. See, you're an example. See, you were doing like these Rishnis. You were doing fastings, you're doing your Vaidhi practices, and the Lord saw your heart. You were distraught about looking at what happened to ISKCON, with going that way, with these gurus needing help. You saw all these indiscrepancies. See? So what happened? See, so the Lord led you to the devotee. This is how you're an example of the process. See, now, because he's awakening devotion, in you, you can appreciate these words. Can you see how it works? Really, this is real life, real light, real conclusive understanding, real logic. This is really humbling to these gurus, these sannyasis. Because they can't appreciate that. That is humbling. I mean, they may not feel it yet, but this shows people. This will show their disciples. Look at this. You're not appreciating this preaching? Man, I know some of those disciples must have read Prabhupada's books and read about ecstatic devotion. Maybe read Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, all about ecstatic devotees, the kinds that you see here. And after a while, they're going to put it together as they're like, look at our gurus are not ecstatic, and they don't appreciate or like these devotees manifesting ecstatic devotion in the world to revive this way of worship. They don't appreciate there's something wrong. Yeah, of course there's something. You're not on the real path. If you want Krishna and you're doing all these austerities out there, eventually he's going to lead you here. If in this life, if you don't show some kind of real sincerity that you really want Krishna, then you may go another life or another one. Who knows? Maybe many. Anyway, we're here for those who are ready now. Are you ready to get on board? Are you ready to go to Vrindavan, Mandy? The ship is ready. It's all prepared here and being more prepared. We're in preparation. These guys, these survivalists, they're trying to prepare by their bodily, get their cans of tuna fish, and store their bullets and all that stuff. And we're here. This is the real preparation. We're preparing our spirit, man. We're here to awaken people's spiritual body and nourish them to the point where you can care less what these dystopian people got in plans. If not, we may just overturn it this way. Just change their hearts because of the Lord being so present here, so much emanation of this pure bhakti, this pure prema in this world that it just changes people. It causes a shift in consciousness. I cannot see any other way to have a possibility to change this. Haridas Thakur's chanting, Lord Caitanya said, hey, Haridas Thakur's chanting in ecstasy. It held back the onslaught of Kali Yuga. Yeah, you're following the path. You're an example of the real path, Shamaguri. Hey, chapter 1 of Adi Leela is all about you and others who follow like you. You're following the real Bhagavat. Okay? You're following this word which agrees with the book. Guru, Shastra, and the real sadhus that we make here. You're a real sadhu. This should be very humbling to these Acharya Devs and Jaipatakas. They're not real sadhu yet. You're a real sadhu. You're following chapter 1 of Adi Leela, the postgraduate course. They're not even up to that standard yet. We're here so they can be. It's a possibility, but they're not. They're already taking the injections and the Lord's getting rid of them. Them and those who believe in their bullshit and their lies. Too bad, man. All I can do is warn them, show them, you can show them what a real follower is. You're getting real understanding. See? You see how it works? What you just said is the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, verse up in the 98s to 100 and 108. Simply by hearing the pastimes of Lord Caitanya, patiently and attentively, one develops deep love. for Lord Caitanya. Simply by hearing about the activities and the attributes and the philosophy and the teachings of Lord Caitanya from a bona fide source, from an experienced devotee who has real bhakti that you can see with your real eyes and has real knowledge that you can compare with Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. Simply by that, you will attain Krishna. In no other way, not by following these gurus who can't understand such things. No, it's just blind leaders with blind followers. And this is the possibility that we can open their eyes, do the miracle to open their ears and open their hearing, open their eyes, because they're deaf and they're blind by not seeing what's going on here. But you're not. Your eyes have been opened. Your heart has been opened. You and others like you. Oh, so many ISKCON sites are now accepting our posts of these classes. Very good. Many are deceived. Yeah, those who are meant to be deceived. Even the Bible said the Lord's going to bring strong deception on the world. You can see who's deceived. They're the ones not going through the regeneration. See? So the world, worldly gurus, worldly teachers, religionists, this is religion. These ISKCON gurus and all of them, they're just religionists. They're not really, they're not following the real Bhagavatam. We're here to teach the real Bhagavatam. These conceptions are amazing. I mean, I'm amazed myself. Thank you, Lord, for giving me this service, just to be your mouthpiece. I am very proud to do this work. I'm very proud to dedicate my life to this, even unto death. If somebody can come here and take me out, it's okay, man. Every day is one more day of preaching the truth. And I do it for everybody's benefit. I do it for even those who hate this preaching. Yeah, I don't hate anybody. I want them. Yeah, let them get the hate out, man. That means more room for bhakti. Yeah, Christ will destroy the wickedness and their eyes will be opened in spirit. See? So this is what these books teach their 777 studios. It's by the action of the book Bhagavat, see? So the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, see? That the Lord in the heart is established. So we need the Shastras. Even the Christians, they have the Bible. The Vedas are the same. In a way, many even better. They're more clear, more logical, they're not tainted as much as the Bible. So anyway, the Christ is the super soul in the heart. That's God in the heart. And that Lord needs help. And the spiritual master, teacher, preceptor works from the outside because they're more in touch. They're the big brother, big spiritual brother who everybody needs, unless you have strong awakening. You get more clear about this. Okay? So that's why you see we go by the book, by the procedures, by the real process. Chapter 1 of Adi Lila. By the action of the book Bhagavat, that's the Shastras, and the devotee Bhagavat, that's the bona fide spiritual master. The Lord in the heart is established. See, the Lord is the Christ. See, and the Lord destroys the darkness in the heart. Ye shall know the truth, and that's the truth. But you see, you got to follow the process. Jesus taught the process, but not everybody is clear about it. They just think it's going to happen automatically. No. Jesus said, I'm the true vine, And my Father is the gardener. That's the Christ in the heart. My Father, is the gardener. This love, this devotion to Christ. Okay? So you got to meet a true vine. The true vine is the bona fide guru. See, they're the big brother, like Jesus was the big brother. They come here, to help us awaken. See, that's why he said, "I'm the true vine." He didn't say the Pharisees were the true vine. See, just like I don't say these gurus are the true vine. They're not. Not even one of them. They're all just religionists. Not one of them has proved that. Not even Narayana proved that he was a true vine. Not one has proved that. We prove it. That's why Jesus said he proved that the Holy Spirit awakened. If you can't awaken devotion to Krishna, you're not in the line yet. That's what Lord Caitanya taught. That's what Jesus taught. Jesus showed that. He showed that he was bona fide because the Holy Spirit awakened in his 11 disciples, all of them, every one of them. Okay? Lord Caitanya proved, and he even taught this. Sarvabhauma said, "Oh, you spread devotion to Krishna, therefore you are bona fide representative of God." And Lord Caitanya said, "Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certain of the spiritual master." Well, who's proving that? Narayan Raj didn't prove. I didn't see one disciple. Not one of his disciples have what I would call pure devotion to Krishna. Well, what is that? Well, what it is what you see in Lalita Ganga. That's called pure devotion to Krishna. What you see in these devotees is pure devotion to Krishna. They have the symptoms: tears in the eyes, choking in the voice, love for Hari Katha, love for hearing and chanting about Krishna. We got the biggest melons here. Just like the gopis had the biggest melons, man. Biggest melons. See? That's where love is. You notice the melons are here. It's the heart. It shows you have big bhakti, man, because that's why they talk, the acharyas talk about the breasts of the gopis. They stand out, man, because this is bhakti, stands out. Firm bhakti, you see? All this stuff is transcendental, man. There's nothing pornographic or anything about it, because it's all represents the gopis' breasts were firm in bhakti and big, huge. Just like you see the women with huge breasts here. Well, they had big bhakti, man. Firm bhakti, man. Dedicated. Juicy. Jeev Jago. Yes. I gotta meet you. I want to meet Andromeda, man. I want to talk with her, hear her voice, see how is she. Yeah, okay, it's good. I want to meet this secret admirer of our preaching. What do you guys think? Do you want to meet Andromeda? Maybe let's do an interview. Let us interview you, Andromeda. Let me invite you for an interview sometime. What do you say? Are you open to it yet? I want to interview Amy, and I want to interview Andromeda. Yeah, interview all the devotees. Freddie. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to interview the devotees. I'll invite them for interviews. We'll interview Govinda also. And Janaki. I'll interview you all. I'm going to interview everybody. Yeah, one-on-one. I'm just going to get it. Okay, so get your acts together, everybody. Yeah, I know these autofish. You know, those they're kind of like these muscle builders. You know, the women do it too with their. Yeah, I've been seeing some of these asses out here. They're doing stuff with their buttocks, and it's ridiculous. It's overly done. Everything, just like the muscle builders. You know, the women are doing it with their butts and their breasts. You know, it's just it gets ridiculous, and the lips too sometimes. You know. The whole world is getting like, you see, too much emphasis on the material body. That's the problem. See, nobody is making the spiritual body buff. See, that's what we need. This is what we do here. See, we're cultivating the awakening of the spiritual body. And that's real. See, that's real forever. This other thing, other stuff that is not, is just temporary. And they spend all this money on doing all this stuff, you know, in the beauty parlors and all that stuff. But you know, here we teach people how to awaken their spiritual form. It's more It's more beautiful. You know, it's more lasting. It lasts forever. This is the regeneration that Jesus was talking about. Is the awakening of the spiritual form. Yeah, we need spiritual body consciousness. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. That's what we do here. We got a lot of work to do, man. Yeah, you gotta see the Lord's name on the lips is basically we learn how to kiss the Lord. Yeah. Okay, why don't we take a little break here, or should we? I don't know. Let's see. 107. Yeah, we'll take a break because I think I want to eat something now because we're gonna go meet. I'll meet Maria a little later on, and then we'll have another class, and I'll rest my voice a little bit. Yeah, yeah, I'll rest my voice a little bit, and then we'll come back for some more chanting. I just started. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Amy, for appreciating the talks. Thank you, Mary Sachi. Thank you, River Yamuna Devi Dasi. Thank you. What's his name? The new person here. Thank you, Andromeda. Thank you. What's that the guy's name? Where is it? Triple Seven Studios. Thank you for coming there, hanging out with us. Thank you, Shamaguri. Thank you, Govinda Das. Thank you, Tuka. What great friends we have. You know, we're going to be here together forever. Maybe not in these bodies, but I guarantee you, I promise you, we are going to be together forever. I promise that. No joke. We'll be with Jesus. We'll be with Krishna. We'll be able to go to any dham we want. We'll be just like Narada Muni, man. If the devotees knew what they could get here, you can become in this life just like Narada Muni, and even more, you know, because Narada Muni was born at another time. We're born at the time of this special mercy of Lord Caitanya. So, and then, you know, so the gifts the Lord Caitanya has given through our Sangha are amazing, and people will see more and more amazing things. This is how the Lord works. He works through really He wants to show that it's not on our own efforts, it's not by our big austerities and everything, and being like a Narayan Raj that we're going to get him. No, it's just by getting the mercy where the mercy is, and the mercy is here. The mercy, the prema, the love, the purification, all the tools are here for you to finish the job. What is Janaki saying? Okay. Hey, David Bryan. Thank you for coming here, David. I hope you enjoyed the class. I mean, it's a little bit intense here, but you'll get used to it. It just takes a little, you acquire a taste. I think you'll look, you stay here long, you acquire a taste from this. Okay, my friends, we'll see you later and have an awesome day, and we'll be back. It'll be about, I don't know if anybody will be up, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. Our time, Playa del Carmen time. And then we'll have a nice, more discussion, more chanting, more ecstasy. We'll see how Maria acts today on camera.